I see her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that. I think she's feeling me, turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me. Oh gosh, she's such a tease, bitten lips, bruised knees. I'm addicted to her, need her touching me, cause she got a bad little waist. And we tearing down this place, off the liquor that we chase. Casamigos to the face, baby I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste, and I'll show you how I make everything just fade away. Cause she's like sex, drugs, cocaine, body so insane. Jealous of the clothing that she wears up on that tight frame. All game, no shame, baby came here to play. I feel like an addict cause she's sex, drugs, cocaine.
Hey guys, welcome back. And tonight we're playing some more Project Wingman. So I think I'm only going to play like 2 missions here or so. See how things go. I do try to want to get to bed at a normal time tonight.
This is Dr. Scott Dombrowskis transmitting from the University of Presidia with an update on the geothermal activity that has wrecked our nation.
It's wrecked our
As
nation.
we've learned, the Ring of Fire as a whole has erupted in varying degrees of disaster throughout, so we Cascadians alone are not bearing the sole brunt of this reprise of the calamity. That being said, as we are at the epicenter, we have had the worst of it. That time is over now. Cordium reactivity is down to normal ambient levels in all but the most concentrated areas, and so we can expect the cessation of geothermal storms and tectonic disturbances. I advise high caution to any who would dare move from shelter or travel in affected areas. But for the most part, the natural dangers that remain will be a great deal less of an issue compared to the destructive effects from the loss of infrastructure and ongoing wildfires. However, rest assured, it's not going to get any worse.
Well, that's the word from the professor himself. Hitman, the damage this disaster did on us is not to be understated, especially on our Air Force. We're not the only ones operating out of a highway right now, and we're lucky. You're not even a full squadron. That being said, you're the most combat capable right now, and in order to rectify that, we're returning to Prospero. With as big as it is, even while damaged, it'll still serve as the best operating base for the final operations.
We've been able to get in contact with surviving scouts in order to scope out Prospero, and as far as we can tell, it is now abandoned ever since this calamity took hold. With residual effects subsiding, now is the time to pick up where we left off. Hitman team, move into the airspace above Prospero and maintain air superiority as we move manpower and equipment in. Initial recon denotes that there is nothing in the way of any Federation ground forces in the surrounding areas or on site, so the biggest threat will come from the air. Equip your planes appropriately, wheels up in the hour.
Yeah, I've been realizing that this is basically like a budget Ace Combat. I thought they were taking a lot of like homage from them and sort of like being like a kind of like a similar game in that sort of vein. But it seems like they're just a budget Ace Combat. Like the more I'm playing this, I'm realizing that. Like in Ace Combat, you have a similar like mission briefing, but it actually does something. Like you're moving around and you're seeing different sections and they're actually explaining to you sort of like what's happening, like what the goals are. Whereas here it's just like, hey, here's some fluff and let's just sit around in circle. And then at the end of the mission, it then gives you a breakdown. So you'll get like an ending, you know, story blip, sort of talk about, you know, the story, what's going on with the story after the end of the mission. But then it actually like tracks your movements. So there's like a little triangle, a delta icon of you flying around the map, and you can see sort of where you've killed people, and all that other stuff. It's very interesting. Whereas this one here, it's just either this, just the circle around, with some very basic information. Like in this image here, I'm seeing that it looks like it's just going to be strictly land targets. But he says during the thing and on this little data here, it's going to be strictly hostile, like air. So, I mean, I'm so far have been enjoying the gameplay. I honestly have like no clue what's going on with the story. I know we're like in combat with another place called the Federation, and I'm a mercenary who's really good at flying, and we've been hired to protect these people and like this gigantic calamity thing, which is weird. It's like they shot a whole bunch of missiles in one spot and it caused the calamity. Not entirely sure. Apparently, there's something unknown that the country gave us to get us to continue to fight for them that everybody was freaking out about, but they never said what it was. Yeah, I'm like, honestly, like, yeah, I have no clue what the hell's going on in these missions. For some strange reason, they talk and like it goes in one ear and out the other. I get the general gist. Multi-lock anti-air 2. Multi-lock anti-ground 2. I'm saving up for this, but I think this is actually a better. It's got a higher max speed. This is a little bit better roll rate. This will be interesting. I think this is that new plane. What the...
Eyes on. It's quiet. It also ain't pretty. Stardust, you got a read? Affirmative. We'll be moving personnel by helicopter and cargo plane shortly. Hitman, remain on station. Are you familiar? Hitman team, we've got some Fed-tagged IFFs around. Patrol forces, most likely. Take them out before they collect too much intel about what we're doing. Easy enough. Let's go break even, Monarch.
Oh, because I fucked that one up.
Monarch ready to fire.
Why am I wanting to go to the side?
You're on the money. Missile shot.
Just a couple of anti. Really?
Unsurprising. They always return to the scene of the crime. Telio on 3 bandits. It has to be him. Of course it is. Good seconds, Crimson. Hitman team, engage. IF units in the area aren't in a position to help you out. I'm sorry. the way! Monarch ready to fire. Prove you wrong. If you win this war, it's not those who live to see it. Mercenary. Just think. How many of you killed? God, just shut up! How dare! Shut up! Nobody asked!
Woo!
Specifically to fight you? You think I care so much to keep fighting you? We're wild dogs, of course. Shut up! Just shut up! Fight us! Don't talk! I don't care! Shut up! Dip's radio transceiver is off. Stacked up.
Ooh.
Monarch, pop countermeasures in the vein. That's not good. Warning, missile inbound. Launch missile. On the defensive. Hard rock, let it fly. Someone's going in on me. I'm being shot at. Missile flying on. Cleared for guns.
Come on. Nope.
That's not good. Breaking.
I'm gonna break. See if I can maybe hit.
Launch missile. Launch missile. Monarch ready to fire.
mean, that was pretty easy. That plane made it really easy.
We finally moved into Prospero, and the thermal activity within hotspots in Cascadia is subsiding. By not letting up the pressure, and by taking our land back even during Cascadia's darkest hours, we have now taken back the initiative, the offensive, and soon enough, our country. Federation forces throughout the country are retreating off coast or congregating in Presidia. This means that they'll have their final stand on this continent in our capital city. Hitman team, stand by.
Yeah, so like in Ace Combat, this screen here, instead of being a static screen that just gives you your stuff, there'll be a several minute long like debrief, story-wise, and then you'd basically have a little virtual thing that would show you where you essentially, like, how you actually, like, what you actually did in the map. Like, it would fly around like you flow around, and it would, show enemies on it, and it would, when you'd kill an enemy, it'd show you when you killed the enemy. It was pretty cool. Oh, I could finish it tonight. 18, 19, 20, 21. 3 levels?
Presidia is on the horizon, and the Federation is cornered like a rat in Cascadia. This is their final beast, and they are desperately trying to keep it fed.
The Independence Force is preparing for one last naval engagement before the siege of Presidia begins. For months, ever since the lockdown on aerial cargo and commerce, the Federation military in the region has used Presidian ports to assist its supply train. This only increased when Prospero was lost and the geothermal fractures were reignited. Our fleet, along with eminent domain, has tried its best to plug all the holes in our own blockade. However, the Federation has brute forced their way into having a line. The naval convoy is the Federation's only lifeline left. Once it is severed, we can choke out the considerable defenses of Presidia. However, there is also another objective to this. In Presidia's main naval harbor is the Federation's first naval battle group. Its concentration within the harbor currently represents the strongest component of Presidia's defenses. Ever since the war started, they have not moved from their position in order to reinforce the city. We intend to change that. By taking out these vital convoys, we anticipate that this fleet will have to respond in order to keep Presidia from being trapped. Independence Force naval elements not already predisposed are being rerouted to just outside of Presidian waters to throw themselves upon the naval blockade. Its destruction, the immediate replacement with our own blockade, and then the removal of the Federation's own naval force is paramount in winning this war. Support our naval forces in sinking the Federation Navy. Victory here means we save a lot of lives when the final push comes.
Alright, so this is heavy on ground and medium heavy on air? I don't know how to do this one. Because this is heavy air with a little bit of ground. I think we're just gonna do this one here and go ASM MISC? What is ASM MISC? Nope. I'm bummed. I really wanted an AC, the Warthog. I wanted to go brrr.
All fighters, welcome to our CIC. Tagging targets now. This goes against everything I know about naval warfare, but we have to cross the D. What does that mean?
The movement is going straight to the enemy line while they have it completely broadsided.
We have to get close. Enemy interference is messing with our ISMs at our usual engagement distances. We've got to go gun to gun, and I know this ship's armor can take it. All ships, full steam ahead.
Woo!
Monarch missile on the way. Plane damaged. Missile away.
Where you going, dude?
Enemy's getting radar lock. Extraction going down on wing. Target on the nose. Target on the nose.
Where you going, dude?
Hard rock, let it fly. Hitman 1 within gun range. Guns, guns, guns.
Where are you going?
Missile away. Monarch ready to fire. Being shot at.
There's gonna be more.
Getting close. 3 planes versus an entire battle group?
You're gonna have more than that, Hitman. It's a have you back, boss. You bet your ass it is.
That gun is super powerful.
The noose is beginning to tighten, and the Federation will need some time, if they are at all able to rally forces in order to break our blockade. It is in this time that we will reclaim Presidia. With our reinforcements having arrived, and with you at the helm, Hitman, victory is assured.
That's a lot of allies
Hey man,
killed.
Galaxy. Glad to see you're still kicking. This last month abroad has been really interesting. Long story short, a good part of the world is knowing where the wind is blowing. And I've got myself an army no one has ever seen before. Mercenaries, freedom fighters, maybe a secret proxy squadron or two from anti-Federation powers. But hey, we're all in it together now. Refit and reload. We'll get back to it soon enough.
We're gonna let the blockade stew for as long as we can as invasion preparations are set. But we've gotta move fast on the capital, or they'll be too entrenched. Hitman team, stand by. May the Dust Mother see us through.
So yeah, I got 2 more missions left, so I might as well finish it tonight.
I brought everyone I could find. Every freedom fighter, every war junkie, every soldier of fortune. Throughout the world, Cascadia has become a beacon of rebellion against the Federation. And for that, I have gathered an army. They're no Sicario, but it's the best we've got. And the rebels will take everything they can. At first, when taking this job, I thought it was only business. That I could find my glory here. But after all they've done, what they did to us, to Sicario, only blood will pay for this contract now.
We intended to keep the blockade going for at least a month to drain the Federation defenders, but circumstances have forced our hand. We are moving on Presidia today.
Listen up. This is it.
With the supply lines cut and the blockade holding against any reinforcements, Presidia is the final Federation stronghold in Cascadia. Once it falls, Cascadia will be liberated. The city has been deeply entrenched against both land and air attacks. The firepower which exists there now is the sum of any units that have survived this long into the war. With no way out, their only chance at survival is to fight. We intend to meet them and then end them outright. The operation to take back Presidia will be separated into 4 cardinal parts: land, air, sea, and endgame. All combat operational ground forces will be pushing into Presidia from inland, surrounding the enemy forces. From there, they will start dismantling the resistance and taking control of the city. At sea, the eminent domain will be moving in toward the shore to provide gunnery support and wipe out the remaining naval defenders. Overhead, the last of the Federation air power and country will be out trying to inflict as much damage on the IF as possible. Once these factors are accounted for and our forces are in position, the final phase will commence. We will start moving into the city toward the port to wipe out the Federation from Cascadia once and for all. Hitman team, you are among our most veteran elements among the Independence Force. You will be our spearhead. It is by your attacks that the offensive will conduct itself. Choose which element of the battle you want to take on and in what order. We're still trying to gather last-minute reinforcements ourselves, and scavenging what the Federation has left behind, but without your support, it will not be enough. We don't know how this battle will be won, but it ends in the complete and utter devastation of either us or them. Cascadia is our home, and Presidia is its heart. The flag that flies over it at the end will decide all of our fates.
Alright, so yeah. We're gonna start mission.
on first and engage. Diplomat, engaging.
Comet engaging. Come at us!
Monarch, take Presidia. The word from Crystal Kingdom. Presidia must hold. If it does, this world will not be lost. Monarch, missile away. Ground unit knocked out. I got a missile tone on me. There's smoke up in the cockpit. Missile is on the way. Bandits right on me. Fox 2. One locked on. There's smoke up in the cockpit. My plane's hit. Bandits right on me.
All right, we gotta take out those.
Stacked up. Fox 2.
Yeah, this isn't the gun for that.
Stacked up. Cleared for guns. Good tone, good tone. Target down.
Nope.
Hitman 1 locked on. Monarch, you're locked on. Hitman 1, ground asset destroyed. The Federation Navy is out of action. Hitman, retask ASAP. Disregard, Hitman. Took you long enough. Well into all friendly call signs. You survived, Roman? Affirmative. Listen up. We've been inside the city attacking defenses ever since we went dark. The Federation has multiple layers of defenses, and you're gonna have to go right through the Monarch. You're locked on. We go dark again and find with the militia down here. Hitman team, Monarch, if you're listening, I give my graces to the King of Hell. Hitman 1, Splash 1. ACS failure. Search and destroy. Missile lock. Not one step back. Not stand against the Federation. Missile is on the way. Right on target. The attack has begun. All units, link to my IFS network for the ground assault. This is gonna get messy. Move to the first defensive base lines. Units, get to your blocking positions.
Nope, that was the wrong way. A little bit farther.
They're in my sights. Launch missile. Monarch ready to fire. All citizens are urged to remain indoors. If you emerge, you are liable to be shot. Missile is tracking. Missile lock.
Woo-wee!
Warnings going off. Someone's on me. Block by block. Inch by inch. Show them no quarter. I'm being ground out here. Monarch, you've got a good lock.
First phase line is engaged. All units engage with extreme prejudice.
Miss, where are these things? Ooh.
Monarch, you're locked on.
What the fuck is going on? Oh, another? No, it's doing this shit again.
You're a slave to history. Even after calamity, you fight against the only order that can guarantee the safety of your people. You solely are responsible for this. What do you have to show for yourself, Burke? Blood, gold, a broken throne. I will bury you so completely, the earth will turn over 1,000 times before your body's dug up. You can't run. You can't hide. You made this decision long ago. Me and you now. No distractions. No Wingman. No war. Just me and you. Whoever wins is the best pilot.
I mean, you're really not that hard.
No second chances. Monarch, you use the name of a king. What do you rule over? The dead. The Federation fought for peace in this war, and you denied them that. The people of Cascadia, do you know what you've taken from them? Their homes. And for what? To secede from the world? Why do you think you can fight this war again in 50 years' time? Do you really think history will see it your way?
Yo!
You don't even care why you're here.
I can't see shit.
How does it feel to not have a country? To not have born? This is my home. Here we are, fighting for
God, how many more hits do I need to get on him?
Federation might try to forget about you, but I won't. This is for the good of the world. Die, mercenary. Not yet. God damn it. Come on, I've almost got him.
Oh, come on.
Come on, come into that hill, you dog. God damn it. Monarch, will you hear the thunder? When the storm comes for you, remember me.
That was a little anticlimactic. Is that it? Only 15,000, really? All right, so for what it is, it's a decent game. Um, I'm feeling a little something. But I think it has more to do with the people who made the game and less about the story. So, this looks like this game was made by 3 people. And it's kind of shocking how good of a game small development teams can make. So this was handled by 3 people, minus the voice actors. Same thing with BattleBit. It was mainly 2 people, and then they brought a 3rd person on for something. I can't remember what the 3rd person was for. But it was mainly 2 people, but near the end, it was 3 people. And they did a pretty good job at making a game. So it's got me wondering, why the hell does it take AAA studios, hundreds if not thousands of developers to build these games that are buggy as shit? I mean, this isn't perfect. I wish it could have been fleshed out in a couple places. I did earlier in this thing sort of talk about how it's a kind of a watered down version of Ace Combat, but it gives you that feeling of Ace Combat. The actual combat is very Ace Combat-esque. The one big thing I probably would say is they give you too many missiles. Honestly, I know I would hate to say this, but they need to reduce it down. Because one of the things about Ace Combat was you had a limited amount of missiles, like a limited amount of weaponry, and you couldn't just go firing, willy-nilly. You actually had to, on some of the tougher fights, you had to actually, wait and take a shot. Like, wait until you line things up to take a shot. In this game, you get so many missiles, like 180-something standard missiles. You can just fire those, and it regenerates so quickly, you can just, basically fire them again. It wasn't until I got to the end and got that, pretty high-end plane did I really start to be able to get back on target before the missiles had reloaded. That plane actually made it a little too, way too easy. It's just kind of and whatever. Wonder how that one would do in that big fight with just a completely air. That was crazy. Just like a big cloud of airplanes and missiles and not airstreams, whatever you call them, chemtrails. You believe in that shit. But yeah, it's a little disappointing that these massive studios developing these massive games can't come out with something of this type of quality when this can be done by 3 people. Yeah. But yeah, I wish, the little less missiles, because that was one of the fun things about Ace Combat. It was frustrating, but it was also gave it a bit of, an extra challenge. Because there were times where I had to restart a mission because I just ran out of missiles. And for some strange reason, maybe it's the joystick. It was just super easy in this game to line up gunshots. Like near the end there, I was basically taking out, more than my fair share of planes with guns. Whereas I almost never did that in Ace Combat because they were just constantly moving around and just like lining that up just was not easy. So I wonder if that had something to do with the joystick, because that's one of the bummers. Is for some strange reason Ace Combat is very finicky with joysticks. I was really looking forward to playing Ace Combat 7 with my joystick, but it's not supported. You think the only one supported is like the Thrustmaster or something stupid like that. I thought was BS. Um, but yeah, um, it was a decent game. Um, I don't know. Let me see. Did it give me the? Those are cool. Okay, so that looks like the modified version of the Raptor, whatever it is, which is basically this. It's this. It's yeah. Looks like it's getting the styles off that, and then this is the Russian jet. I'm curious what those are. Multi-purpose. Yeah. Because these come preset with things. That has 4. Honestly, though, this is more than enough. 175. Wow. So yeah. Um, I think that's gonna be it for this game. Um, it was a fun couple days. I think 3 days. What was it? Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Yeah. It was a decent time. I enjoyed it. Um, but I think this is one of those games where it's like you're gonna play it once. And that's gonna be kind of it. I really don't foresee a desire to play to unlock those planes. I might maybe see if there's console way to cheap it to maybe like mess around for a little bit just to see what those weapons are. But I don't think, I don't think I'm gonna run through the campaign again and try to earn enough money to unlock the other planes. They just really don't seem really seems to any desire to. Um, which is kind of sad because back when I was a kid, when I first played Ace Combat 7, I played through that campaign. And this is one of the funny things about being a kid is I remember playing through a lot of the games that I had multiple times. Like playing through an entire game's campaign multiple times. Like I must have gone through Ace Combat 5's campaign at least 5, maybe 10 times. Um, but that seemed to be a thing with a lot of my PS2 games. I think that was what it was. I didn't really do that a lot with my Game Boy games. But pretty much, I only played Pokemon on my Game Boy games. There weren't really a whole lot of other games I played. Is that really the only thing I used Game Boy for? Yeah, I think so. Trying to think, because I had the SP, the DS. Well, I mean, the DS, I had Mario. There has to have been other games I played on it. Zelda. Basically, yeah, just the console exclusives. Mario 64 on the DS. And then didn't play any other Mario games. I'm trying to think. Played a couple of Legend of Zelda games. I think like 2 of them. On that, I think I did one in. It's like I think the remake of Link's Awakening. Or the Four Swords one, I guess would be the correct term. But I'm just rambling here. Um, yeah, I sort of miss that where you could just sort of sit down and play a campaign again. The problem is back then you would like a weekend you could kill a game, and just mainly doing that and you're a kid, so you don't really have a lot of other stuff to do. Um, yeah, I used to sit up there and play like all summer. I'd be playing video games. Not all summer, but most of the summer. But I kind of miss that. So I need to make a decision whether I want to get into Skyrim again. I never completed Skyrim. I got pretty close to the end, but I never completed the campaign. So I'm debating on whether or not I want to buy the anniversary edition, um, and install a mod pack on it. I probably need to look up a little bit more on it. I can't remember the name of it. It starts with an N. But it's like a mod pack of over 2,000 mods that basically completely overhauls the entire game. If I'm remembering correctly, I wasn't a super big fan of the combat in Skyrim. It was weird. I mainly stuck to um uh Sneak Archer, which is just OP, and Magic. Um I didn't really mess around too much with melee. That's kind of what I did. Maybe I did like some up close sneak attacks with the dagger or something like that. But yeah, I was mainly a archer and a magic person. Um, but yeah, I was gonna do it over the weekend before I chose to play this game. But I started to look into it, and the amount of data you need for mods is massive. It's like you need almost 400 gigs. I think it was like 386 or something like that. Gigs for all the mods, and I'm like, fucking kidding me? So it's going to take a massive amount of time to download and install. And so I need to buy the game, but then I need to pay for the Nexus stuff because everybody's saying it's like, yeah, you need to get premium because yeah, just downloading that many amount of mods is just you can't do it on the free version because I think you have to manually download everything. So you have to like manually go and click on a button. So you got to do that for every single mod. I think it's like 2020 something. And then I think you're like limited on your download, so it'll take fucking forever. So I might have to do that. Um, but I don't know if I want to bite the bullet on that one. I got to spend a little time looking into whether or not I actually think it's going to be worth it. Because part of me, like, there really isn't any sort of major multiplayer game that I want to play right now. You know, I could go back to BattleBit, but I've pretty much unlocked everything there. Um, and that's one of the downsides is I've noticed with these types of games, I kind of get, which is weird because I don't have that issue in I don't have that issue in Squad. It feels like to me if there's some sort of like mechanic to unlock stuff while you're playing the game, I don't like playing the game without having something to unlock. So it's something I've noticed. It's a big thing in Battlefield. I really noticed it in Battlefield. Um, and then I went over to Call of Duty and it was still there as well. Um, when that happened in Battlefield, basically where I like to play with a weapon for a little bit. So basically, I'll use a weapon, you know, learn how it works, unlock most of the attachments for it. What? Okay. All right. That was weird. It just said I wasn't. Zero dropped frames? What? Okay. All right. I guess. Yeah. OBS just said for a minute there that I wasn't uploading anything. And it looks like YouTube froze, but it looks like it's all right. Um. So yeah, I have this thing with multiplayer shooters where if you have the ability to unlock things through gameplay, I have that need, sort of like this need to unlock things. Like I need to put my play to work. So I don't like to stay with one weapon for too long, which is kind of detrimental to my. And I think that's one of the reasons why I don't. My stats aren't as good as probably I play normally. Um, because I'm not just sticking with like a handful of weapons, like one or two weapons, and like really mastering them and like really getting good at like the meta stuff. I like to try a bunch of different things and see what I like, and then unlock the attachments or and that kind of stuff. I've never been a super big fan of camos. I guess, yeah, like I that's too much work. But attachments, just getting kills and whatnot, that's pretty in my ballpark. But yeah, I've noticed that once I start to run out of stuff to unlock, I start to lose interest in the game. And I actually just realized, um, that I don't get the same thing with Squad or Insurgency. So it's a first person shooter where you have everything. So you're just there, essentially there. There's no, gamification of the game, I guess is what you would call it. So there's no like stuff for you on a lock. You just have everything. I mean, I think you can still do cosmetic stuff, but there's no like equipment or attachments that need to be unlocked, and I can just play that. Um, so I wonder why that is that I feel that way with games like Battlefield and Call of Duty. It's interesting because yeah, I remember when Warzone first came out, I played a little bit of it, and I ended up doing decent. Like I wasn't great, amazing. I didn't win anything. Um, I think I was just a little too aggressive for that game mode. I like to go off and do stuff. But I mean, I would get a decent amount of kills, like several kills. But yeah, I remember I was using the MP5 and what was that rifle that I loved that was like a laser beam? It was like it was initially like the M16 or M4 or whatever it was, fully automatic one. Was it basically like the ACR? I can't remember, but there was this one weapon, one assault rifle that was like laser beam like accurate and did a decent amount of damage. And then the MP5 for close quarters. Same thing with the MP7. I really like that weapon. I know it wasn't as good as some of the other ones, but I felt like I would do pretty well with it. That's one of my go-tos. But yeah, like when I just focused on using like meta weapons, I did pretty good. It's when I kind of want to try to do off meta stuff to either unlock things or to try out new weapons. But yeah, I've been rambling here for quite a while now, so I am going to end it for tonight. We'll see what we're going to do next. I need to make a decision on that. But I guess I will surprise you guys. So yeah, it's gonna be it for me for tonight, guys. So I will see you guys later.
Moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in power for a long time. Get up, nah, I ain't a quitter. Toss me the ball, I'm a really big hitter.